What's going on, everybody? G Banerjee back here, and in this video I'm going to share with you guys 5 must-knows before jumping into e-commerce. And this video is going to save you guys a lot of money. So whether you've already been doing e-commerce and drop shipping for some time, or if you're considering it, this video is a must-watch, because for the people that have been doing it, and if you haven't found results, I guarantee you that you guys are missing out on one or more of these 5 things that I'm about to share with you guys, and that's what's going to make a massive difference in the difference between you guys being unsuccessful and you guys being successful. So please tune in and watch. And for anyone else out there that's a new drop shipper, I really want you guys to watch this before you guys jump into drop shipping. This comes with years of wisdom and experience from my part, and it's going to shortcut a lot of your failures and obstacles and things of that nature. So please tune in, take notes. This one's action-packed. This is some of the content and material that I would cover in a paid course that I'm giving you guys completely for free, just because it's Sunday. I'm having a great day, and I want you guys to get the utmost benefit and value that I can share. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this topic and really talk about it, okay? So first things first, the first must know before you get into e-commerce or start a drop shipping or an e-commerce website or any of that stuff is you must have a competitive edge, okay? So let's just take a moment and let's just let that sink in. You must have a competitive edge, okay? You can't just get into e-commerce thinking that you're gonna sell like a nightlight, okay? If the nightlight is just a regular nightlight and there's nothing different or no competitive edge, why would someone buy your nightlight off the internet from a random website that they've never seen, right? There's no reason. They can go to Walmart, they can go to Amazon.com, they can go anywhere and get a nightlight that they can know for sure that they're gonna get and trust, okay? So the biggest mistake I see people making, or especially early on, is that they're selling a product or creating a brand that has no competitive edge, okay? Now, if I told you that this was a nightlight that, doesn't need any batteries or doesn't even need to be plugged in, it uses solar energy and it's motion censored, okay, that's a competitive edge, right? So you can pitch that product in a specific way. Now you could say, oh man, this nightlight is eco-friendly, right? We don't use any electricity. It's not gonna tap into your electricity bills, no batteries, none of that stuff. Now you can target a potential market, right? Maybe like eco-friendly and earth-conscious individuals might say, oh man, a nightlight like with value like that, I'm open to paying for it. And hey, if a normal nightlight costs $5, I might pay $10 for an eco-friendly one, okay? That is a great example of a competitive edge, okay? That's number 1. Number 2 competitive edge that I mentioned that I want to jump into as well is a motion sensor one, right? So night lights are usually on throughout the night, and one of the biggest complaints that I've seen just with night lights, just looking at reviews for 5 minutes before doing this video, is people say that it doesn't help them sleep because the light is constantly on, and most people like a dark room. So now, if you did something like the first ever motion sensor detected nightlight, which obviously I'm making up, I'm sure there's a nightlight out there, but that would give you a competitive edge, right? Because now you can say, you can create ad copy and a brand literally around the idea of having trouble sleeping because your nightlight keeps you up all night. Here's the revolutionary fix. This nightlight only comes on when motion is detected. So you can have a video of someone being able to fall asleep easy, waking up, and as they're walking to the bathroom, the nightlight comes on and they're able to avoid like an obstacle, right? Like let's say like a corner of a chair, or there's like a kid's toy on the ground, whatever it is, now you've got a competitive edge, okay? So if you're trying to sell a product, make sure the product has a competitive edge, and if it doesn't, you better make sure your marketing, your copywriting, and everything else finds a way to create a competitive edge for that product. Don't sell products, guys, that have no competitive edge. You're not gonna succeed, okay? You guys are gonna find it that no one's gonna buy it no matter how great the quality of the product or the price may be. Super simple stuff, okay? Number 2 thing that you guys need to know before you jump into e-commerce is you must know your target audience very well, okay? And the biggest thing I like telling people is if you can tell me what your target audience is doing on a Friday night, then you really know your target audience, okay? And don't make the mistake of thinking everyone in the world is your target audience. That's when you're gonna fail. Why? Because you cannot create messaging that is going to appeal to everyone, okay? You can't even create branding and packaging and all these other things that's gonna appeal to everyone, okay? Every famous person, influencer, celebrity, product, brand, whatever it is, they've got haters and they've got diehard people that like follow them, that have like a cult-like following, okay? Your goal is to sell to the people that love your stuff. You don't care about the haters and everyone else in between, okay? That's not the people that make you the money, okay? The people that make you the money are the people that love your product. So you guys need to understand and know your target audience very well. If I ask you a question about your target audience, you should know everything from A to Z. You should know what they like to eat, where they work, how old they are, what their genders are, what their hobbies are, everything. And if you don't know your target audience to that level and you're trying to sell a product, you will always fail. Companies like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Victoria's Secret, all these companies spend millions and millions of dollars a year to do target audience research, to understand who their audience is so that they're better kept when they try to sell to them, okay? Big thing that you guys all need to understand that's gonna be really important if you guys really wanna succeed, to be honest with you guys, okay? Number 3, you guys absolutely need to create a good mobile experience. I cannot believe the amount of websites, even like big brand websites that I've seen, and the amount of new Shopify owners, the biggest mistake they make is they never check their website on mobile or tablet. But yet they will advertise on Facebook with mobile and tablet. If your experience sucks on mobile, then you're losing out on a big percentage of your audience, right? I think 40% of all website visits on the internet right now, so don't quote me on this, somewhere around that is from mobile phones. So you're basically saying, okay, 4 out of 10 people are gonna be disqualified from purchasing my product, even though I'm spending money on them. Why? Because I didn't optimize my website. Always, guys, test your pages and your websites from A to Z, from the beginning of the homepage to the end when they check out through mobile. Because if something is not right, something looks off, the formatting is different, whatever it is, you're gonna lose a lot of money. Test on iPhone, test on Android, and most importantly, test on Android and iPad tablets. Because if you don't test on tablet devices, you're gonna be in for a big failure, guys. There's no secret to this. I know so many dropshippers out there, especially newbies that have started, that couldn't get profitable. And I look at their store and then I look at their mobile experience, and their mobile experience is absolute garbage. And I tell them, fix your mobile experience and see if that helps profitability. And so many people, so many of my students I've done that trick for, and they literally went from being negative 20% to positive 20%. Because it took that big of a jump because of all the new users that were able to interact with the website. And if you guys are not sure whether your mobile experience is bad or not, load up Google Analytics and check your bounce rate from desktop users compared to mobile users. If your bounce rate is, let's say, 40% on desktop, but 90% on mobile, boom, there's the problem, right? Everyone that's coming from your mobile website is leaving, and you need to figure out why they're leaving. Data and analytics is key. So big tip number 3, create a great mobile experience, okay? Number 4, my big four, number 4 for all you guys that are into e-commerce thinking about getting into drop shipping is that you need to be customer centric, okay? If you're not focused on creating the best experience for your customer and your biggest goal is to make money, you will inevitably fail, okay? Money is the most tough object to ever chase after, okay? And let me tell you guys why. Because when you chase after money, money eludes you, okay? But when you focus on value, just giving good value to the world, money will come and find you, okay? And a big example is like this YouTube channel, right? I'm not making any money doing this, guys. I am just giving good value out to the world because my objective is not to earn money. My objective is to help people achieve success with entrepreneurship, which is my passion. The money though, it's gonna find me like it always has in life. It's gonna find me. I'm not worried about it. That's not what my goal is. Similarly with e-commerce, your goal should be to create the best experience for your customers so that your customers love you. You know how many dropshippers I see that don't respond to emails from their customers, or they take a week to respond? You're not gonna succeed long-term. Nobody wants to hear back from you a week later after they've asked a question, right? Be very customer centric. Even if your customer is wrong, and even if they come to you and they don't know how to use the product and they say that it's broken and they ask for a return, I see so many dropshippers that are like greedy and selfish, and they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna take this return. And thus they lose a customer, they get a bad review, and they lower their feedback score on Facebook, and all these domino effect takes place over not wanting to give back $20 to one person. It doesn't matter if they're wrong, it's okay, it's part of doing business. The end goal though is that you avoid that domino effect of having bad reviews and having your feedback score lowered and having a customer talking shit about you guys, right? You don't want any of those things being an entrepreneur, okay? So big thing that I have to tell you guys that so many dropshippers drop the ball on that's gonna help you guys stand out from other people is create a great customer experience, okay? Respond to their emails. If they need help over the phone, call them, right? That's a foreign thing nowadays, but just because you run an online business does not mean you can't pick up the phone and call somebody, right? Very simple stuff. Keep a very important focus on your customers. Big number 5, guys. The biggest mistake I see most entrepreneurs making, especially when they get into e-commerce, is they give up too easily, okay? And one of the biggest things that I want to tell you guys is whether it's your product or your ad copy or your video or your campaign, you are giving up far too quickly, okay? If you literally think that Coca-Cola or Best Buy or whatever the brand is literally just makes one advertisement and then they spend $1 million on it on commercials and they get a return on investment right off the bat, you're absolutely crazy. The process that these companies go through before they even test a commercial on TV or on Facebook or any of that stuff, it goes through ridiculous testing cycles, okay? And even the biggest brands that have the smartest individuals making 6-7 figure salaries to write copy and to do that stuff, they can't even get it right the first time. So if you're an amateur or you're someone new, how can you possibly expect to nail everything down the first time around, right? It's just impossible. You guys can't do it. And the biggest mistake I see is people just give up too easily, right? They'll try one ad to one audience and maybe try 3 or 4 variations and they'll spend $40 and their product won't sell. And then they'll say, oh, my product is broken, or Facebook ads doesn't work, or dropshipping sucks, and they quit. How can you spend $40 testing one theory and be upset that it's not working, right? Successful campaigns require everything from A to Z to work. And the most successful, advertising campaigns for Coca-Cola and companies like this, from what I've studied, are ones that they have tested many, many times. And it took them sometimes 5,000, 10,000 different iterations before they got to that winning creative or before they got to that winning advertisement. So big mistake, guys. If you guys are quitting too early, it's on you, okay? Dropshipping is not broken. Facebook ads is not broken. Finding winning products is not broken, even in 2019. None of that stuff is broken. Your mindset and your mentality is broken. Stop giving up and keep going through the process. Keep working, keep hustling, and I promise you guys are gonna see results. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.